Are there ever situations where you should hold your tongue and not speak what you believe? Yeah, most of the time. Look, it's really a tricky thing to figure out when to say what you have to say, but I can give you a couple of rules of thumb. It's a general question, Abe, and I can't list all the situations, but I can give you some strategic advice. So, for example, if someone has said rude things to you, for example, says a rude thing to you, maybe you shouldn't respond immediately even though you're very irritated, because maybe that's just an impulsive response and one that you'll regret, one you make in anger that you'll regret. And so I would say, when you're dealing with someone and you want to chastise them, then you should wait for them to sin 3 times, right? So the first time they're rude to you, you think, oh, well, they're probably having a bad day, or I misunderstood, or I'm rude sometimes too, and I'll just let it go. But you don't forget, and you don't pretend it didn't happen, and then it happens again, and you think, well, that could still be fluke, that could still be situational, so maybe I'll just hold my damn tongue, but I'll remember that, and then the 3rd time they do it, then you think, no, 3 times, that's a pattern. And so then you can go to them and you can say, look, this happened, and then maybe they deny it, and you say, well, yeah, you can deny it, but then this happened, and maybe they deny it, and you can say, well, you can deny that, but then this happened. And 3 times the charm. And that's a time when you should stand up for yourself and say what you have to say. Look, you have to put yourself in a position where you can say what you have to say. You have to think it through. You have to have a plan. And you can't just launch yourself off the edge of a cliff and hope that God's going to catch you on the way down. And it's definitely the case that if you have something to say, like if you're being oppressed at work, if you've got some, horrible tyrant as a boss, or maybe that's happening to you in your marriage, or maybe you're the horrible tyrant, God only knows. There's things that have to be said, but that doesn't mean you can just blurt them out. You have to have a plan. You have to figure out what you want to say. You have to make it as minimally troublesome as possible. You have to have the goal that you want in mind. And you have to have a backup plan. Like this, the sort of thing that you're talking about, where you need to say something. That's like a little war. You don't want to walk into that unarmed and unprepared. Now, that doesn't mean that you should... That means that you should set up your life so that you're firmly enough anchored in a variety of different ways so that you can say what you need to say without dying as a consequence. So